What is up, guys? It's the NJB, and today I'm going to be talking about Manchester United. So I'm going to talk real briefly on the weekend, and then I'm going to talk about the transfers they made on deadline day. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So let's talk about the weekend with the match between United and Tottenham. So, don't really know what to say about this game. United lost to Tottenham 6-1, and yeah, the game was horrible. I don't know what hasn't been said about United already, but in my opinion, I feel like Solskjaer's going to have an issue with United. I've had a lot of faith in him. I think when he signed, I was saying, yeah, he was doing good in the beginning, but I still don't think they should sign him on permanently. I think they should wait for the end of the season, but obviously they gave him a full contract. And as soon as they gave him a full contract, he went kind of down for the rest of that season. Then in last season, it was better than expected, but still not all too great. And then this season, I was expecting him to start and carry on from where United ended last season, but they haven't done that. And I had high hopes for Solskjaer, and part of me still does, but the opinions I had of him earlier, like last season and even before that, are starting to come back. And I'm starting to think that he's just not that great of a coach to be managing United. This United squad is pretty high quality. I mean, in terms of the attack and the midfield, I think that the team actually is one of the better teams in the league. But the defense is kind of where it gets kind of shaky for me. In my opinion, the fullbacks aren't really a big issue. And yes, I did see Shaw's challenge, but in my opinion, most of the time he plays pretty well. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's also a pretty good fullback. But my issue with United are the center backs. I've never really felt fully confident in Lindelof or even Harry Maguire. I never really thought he was that great of a center half. I've always assumed that people were kind of overrated him just because he was English. Eric Bailly is pretty good, but pretty injury prone. He's never fit enough and doesn't get enough game time enough to maintain consistency. But I feel like the center backs are where the team needs to improve, and they haven't done that in the transfer market. So first things first, I think Alex Telles and Edinson Cavani are both great signings. I know some people are saying that Cavani's older now, it's a waste of money. Look, we got him for free. He's a good striker with lots of experience, and he's a top quality talent. So I think he's going to be useful. He didn't cost anything. The only thing I have to pay are his wages. And I think he's going to be a big help to United. Now, as for Telles, as I said, I didn't really see a need for us to get another fullback. But we got him, I guess. So we have another fullback in Telles. And the two other players are wingers. One's from Argentina and the other one was playing in Argentina. I'm pretty sure he's from Argentina, maybe I believe. And the other guy was on Atalanta. So with their age, it makes more sense that they're just to increase the squad depth rather than to be part of the first team. And that's that. Personally, I think this transfer window for United, getting Cavani, Telles, and Van de Beek, I'm satisfied with the signings, but personally, some of them just kind of don't flow to me. For example, with having Pogba, Fernandes, and Van de Beek on the team, all of those players are pretty much attacking players. You could argue that Van de Beek could be more defensive, but for the most part, if you watch him on Ajax, he was playing up front, he's always running all over the pitch. The same could be said about Pogba. Pogba likes to do what he wants. He doesn't run all the way around the pitch like Fernandes or Van de Beek would, but he still does what he wants. So having a formation using these three is kind of difficult. I would say going with the 4-5 midfielders, or you can say a 4-2-3-1 would work, but even in that case, you'd still be stuck with Van de Beek and Pogba in defensive positions. And Van de Beek can be alright defensively, but Pogba, he tries, but he's not that great a defensive player, as you probably saw on the weekend. But even though these issues would probably plague Man United for a little bit, all the players that they have available for the midfield right now, at least in their most recent signing, are good. And there's no reason we should be seeing Fred or Matic or maybe some players that are older or possibly not as top quality as starting any Champions League games. So at least I'm satisfied with that. As I said earlier, my main issue with United is the back line. I'm just not that confident in their defenders. I feel like Maguire was more of a classic English defender rather than the more modern play out the back, standing tackle kind of guy like you'd say from Ramos or even like Boateng with playing out from the back. Not to say anything's wrong with like that classic English style, but I am disappointed that United didn't bring in another centre back just to kind of add more talent to the back line and just so we can have a more reliable player in the back. But now let me talk about the last thing that might have to change on the team, and that might have to be Solskjaer. As I said in the beginning of the video, I've kind of had my ups and downs with Solskjaer. I thought he was good when he started, but we needed to see more of him, but they made him the official manager anyway. And now that we've seen him over the course of the last year and a half, I think the team is a lot better than it was before. I think the attack, we have Cavani, we have Rashford, Martial, those three up top, and that's very good. In midfield, we have Pogba, Van de Beek, Fernandes, and then we have young players like McTominay. That midfield is pretty good. The defense, as I said, fullbacks, I never had a problem with them, but now we've added Telles to it. Center backs, they can be reliable, but I feel like they need a specific coach to give them the right instructions and tactics. Like if this back line was with Guardiola and playing out from the back, we probably wouldn't have batted an eye to them. And other than that, for the goalkeeping position, De Gea, he's pretty reliable. Sometimes he's not, but that's that. But I'm starting to think that Solskjaer just isn't the guy. I mean, I thought that the team, at least on the weekend and even in the beginning of the season, the team doesn't look fit enough. The tactics just are not there. He's just having the players go out and play how they want. There's not enough tactics. Possession game is very weak. I just don't see cohesion. I just think this team needs a proper manager. So once again, I'm bringing up the name Mauricio Pochettino. I think he'd be perfect for the United job. How it ended at Tottenham for him wasn't that great, but he was able to push that team as far as he was allowed to. And I think he's got enough experience with managing in England through Tottenham and playing in the Champions League to actually make a big impact on United if he is able to go. I think if he was at a big club like United, Real Madrid, or maybe even City if Guardiola doesn't do well, we'll see if that ever happens, but if he was at a big club, I'm pretty sure he could win the league. Like, I'm fully confident he'll have the backing financially and just be able to get better players off a higher standard and just live up to what the club's expected of him. But we'll have to see. I feel like Solskjaer might lose his job. I really feel like he could be the first sacking of the season. I feel like it's a long time coming. I feel like Pochettino is ready to take on the role of a manager for another club now because he's had enough time on break. So, yeah, those are my opinions. So that's that. That's basically all I wanted to say regarding Man United's transfer, their game on the weekend, and what I think basically about the team right now. I don't want to be mean to Holly, but I really feel like we need a better manager. I feel like that can turn United around for the rest of the season. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This has been me and JB. And also, let me just mention Liverpool's lost to Aston Villa 7-2. I remember thinking like, well, I'm going to have to talk to my dad about how United lost. Then I saw it, because I'm a United fan, he's a Liverpool fan. Then I saw Liverpool lost 7-2 and I was like, well, guess I don't have to do that anymore. But either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and sub. I'll talk more about football in the coming weeks, talking about bigger teams and situations going on in the world of football. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, mates.